Hello, hello. I need to make some adjustments here. One of these days I'll figure all this out and it'll look really good for every single live stream that I do. So this glue is dried. It's nice and solid. It's not going to go anywhere. One thing I do want to do is I want to add a little lip around here. This is a piece of styrene that I hold on, let me make some adjustments to my microphone here. It's a piece of styrene that I had glued down on top of this to sort of extend the length of the road a little bit, and so that it kind of meets the angle of the front of my fascia and my backdrop nicely. It works really well, but it's really thin right here. And my fear is that the road is going to kind of meet up to this and not kind of look right. And I know that like it doesn't quite meet up perfectly on the edge of my fascia, and you can kind of see down in. So I want to put a little bit of a plastic lip here. Hey, Sparky, how's it going? So I'm just going to take some extra pieces that came with the bridge kit that I'm not using, these square pieces here, and I'm going to kind of fill in this gap with that and a couple extra pieces of styrene. So we'll do that. That'll be part of what we do tonight. And then I'm going to do some plastic filler. And then I'm going to do a little bit of work on a different model as well. So that is the plan for the evening. So we're doing 2 live videos today. That's pretty awesome. I haven't really decided exactly how I'm going to handle all these live videos that I plan on doing for the layout. I think I'm just going to throw them on a playlist, get them out when I can. Maybe some more of the successful ones I'll put up on my Facebook page, let people know about. Hopefully people just kind of figure out over time that I'm doing these. And will come see me accordingly or whatever. Hey, Russell Forkham is in the house. That would be my baby brother Russ. How's it going? Let me get this camera in a much better position than it is. There we go. Look at that. Trying to find, where did that thing go? Oh, that's it right there. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Hey, you will always be my baby brother. 40 years old or not. Let's focus looking on this thing. I've got zoom and I've got focus, but neither one of them doing what I want right now. Yeah, well, we'll make it work. All right, so what am I doing? I think I want to actually, let's just speed up the process. Yeah, let me find my glasses. Uh-oh, I can't find my safety glasses. I don't want to do this without eye protection. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take my life into my own hands here. Because this is not a visible piece, it's just kind of to fill it in and fill in some spots that you might see if you were to kind of peek around the scenery. I'm not going to worry about getting too perfect with these cuts. All I'm really trying to do here is fill in some space so you don't see that I'm using thin plastic. Russ, I'm already falling apart. Tonight I chipped my front tooth. So I got a big old hole in my face now. So that's fun. I'm just going to sand this down. Just so it fits a little bit nicer. I will say I am very happy to be at this stage of the process of the mono railroad, past the construction phase or the bench work phase, the track wiring and all that. Can I get a better view of this for you guys? I'm gonna go top down. Yeah, let's do that. So you can see just how unexact I'm being. You see the kind of, there we go. That's not bad. Mm-hmm. It's not too bad. We're getting there. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? I think the only real electronic stuff I've got to do still is I've got frog juicers for all my layout, for all my turnouts, and I need to install those. I'm going to kind of do that on a turnout by turnout basis as I start to have problems with them. I'll get the frog juicers wired up, which means, I don't know, over the next year or so, I should have the majority of the frog juicers in, just because I don't want to spend a lot of time right now doing that if it's not super necessary. I've got capacitors for everything. For most of my locomotives have capacitors, so that's not a major issue. Okay, we'll call that good. Other wiring things, I got a grade crossing I'm going to put in. I've got I'm going to eventually light up all my buildings as well. That's going to be kind of one of those sort of final steps. Oh, I should keep better view of what's. Sorry, this is such a big, awkward model. All right, so you can see I just put the little bit of angle right there. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to put a piece of angle, and then we're going to cover up, use a little bit of styrene to kind of cover up the front of this as well. Yeah, glad to have you here to check out the bench work, Russ. It's always cool to have somebody who can appreciate it, appreciate it, kind of looking at it in person. I don't think my wife appreciates it as much as I wish she did. I'm glad that Jonas liked it too. It's fun running layouts with kids. I'm glad I was able to get it to a spot where we can make that happen. Okay. I'm just going to glue this piece right here, and then we're going to put a piece of styrene over that. It's not going to be pretty, but it's not going to be seen either. One of these days, Russ, we'll have to bring Jonas back and do like a little mini operating session where he can work some industries. That would be cool, I think. What's going on here? Oh, it's too long. It's what? Actually, you know what? Yeah. I should put a content warning on these videos. This is probably not very safe. Okay, let's try this again. Hold on, let me pre-fit it just to be sure that I did it right. Nope, still didn't do it right. Again, this is hidden, so I'm okay with it looking terrible. There we go. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to kind of stick this on here and okay, there we go. Looks like that corner came up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put a piece of styrene right across there. I'm just going to use a piece of scrap styrene. Yeah, thanks, Russ. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes details look great on video, and then you get there and you're like, Or photography, right? Sometimes you can do, if you're a really good photographer, you can do a really good job of making something look good. But I'm glad that I have been able to, at least up to this point. Make some of those details look not too bad considering the sort of early state of a lot of this layout. This layout celebrated its 5th birthday not too long ago. I kind of wish I was further along than I am right now. But, you know, I did have a baby in between, so It does tend to affect it a little bit. The amount of time you have to work on something. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a little too inset. I'm going to cut off another piece. It uses a little bit of a shim. Man, I need a wider lens on this camera, or maybe just a better camera. Yeah, I think the weathering does look pretty good in person. I think it looks better in person than what the camera does. One thing I've noticed is the camera reveals if you're good, you can hide a lot of your mistakes, hide a lot of your shame, if you will. But additionally, the camera does also reveal a lot of that as well. Okay, so I can glue this right here. Yep, just like that. Now, for the uninitiated, this is what's known as solvent. It chemically bonds plastic together. So what it does is it basically melts two pieces of plastic into one piece. Which is pretty dope. Oh, come on. It's pretty dope when it wants to work. I'm kind of coming at it from a weird angle. Let's do this. Let's get this side glued on right now. I'm being too messy with it is part of the problem. I'm trying to be quick and dirty. I'm not giving it the proper time to set up. No gloves on this stuff. Required, Russ. Super glue, maybe. Well, I shouldn't say no gloves. You probably should use gloves. Yeah, this is not going on there like I want it to. This is not the prettiest thing I've ever done. But again, it's sort of behind the fascia. It's only really if you're poking around that you would actually see this part of it. So I'm gonna get a little piece of tape to hold that in place for it to dry. Yeah, I'm gonna put a content warning on this video. This is not for the faint of heart, this video. I think the actually crowd will show up for this one for sure. Actually, that's not how you glue two pieces together. You're using far too much. Okay. We're going to fill this with plastic putty and sand it down after the glue is all dry, just to kind of fix that edge a little bit. You can't even see it because the camera is being what it is, but it's definitely looks like much thicker concrete than it did before, doesn't it? Cool. All right, so we're done with this model for now. I'm going to set this model aside to let that glue dry. I'm going to grab another model here. All right, this will be the other model we work on tonight. And this one we're going to get a little tricky with. By the way, I've got a folding table as this is my workbench, and it has a seam right here. It's actually where the table can fold up. But what it does is it means the middle of my table is not perfectly flat. So I can rock my models on my table. Not good. Not ideal. I'll have to fix that with a new table eventually. All right, so this piece we'll need to get glued back on. We'll deal with that later. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to work on this spot right here. All right, see if you can see what I see. And make some adjustments here. There's a little Lego piece right there. What that was I kind of cut out the back of this door here and glued this little Lego piece down to act as a bit of a platform. Can you see that? Sorry. So I cut out the back of that door and I glued this little Lego piece down. Come on, camera. Come on, camera, work with me. There we go. Cut out the back of this door, glue this little Lego piece down to act as a little platform for me to create a little scene inside this building here. Just because I want to make this building a little bit different than your average Walthers background building kit. So what we're going to do, we're going to model that little platform that goes right there. So it's just going to be a piece of styrene and maybe another little piece of styrene to act as a lip. Is essentially what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to move my camera way back so you get a better view of things. All right, I've got a bunch of styrene pieces that I've been saving that I think I'm going to use for that. The drink of choice tonight, hot chocolate. Because it is Christmas. And I take full advantage of the season. I'm just using this here to kind of measure. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's just do this. I think the inside of that's going to be about not quite. Let's do this. Let's measure the outside. Let's take a little bit off the edge. I think that'll be right. Just kind of measuring out where to cut. Okay. And this is about yay-ish long. to be super precise with these cuts either, because they go inside. The building. There we go. So, if I did it right, I can put this right here. And it's a little hard for you to see, but that lines up pretty good. I think what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and glue that in there. Just like that. And then we'll come back with a separate piece of styrene to kind of make a little bit of a better floor right there where the door meets it. So they may be asking, because I got Legos here too. You can see it's like kind of Legos. There's all over inside of this model. I've got Lego. You may be wondering why that is. Why am I using Lego? Well, two reasons. One, Lego is extremely precise. And so they're really good to use to kind of square up edges, square up corners, square up where a couple of flat pieces are going to meet on a model. Plastic can kind of tend to bend and warp, especially over time when you got like heat that gets applied to it, right? And Lego is a very precisely machined piece of plastic. In fact, maybe some of the most precisely machined plastic in the world. And it's not sticking very well. The tolerances on Legos have to be absolutely precise for the clutch power is what they call it of the pieces to kind of stick together, and for everything to remain nice and square. So that's reason number one why I use Lego to help reinforce the inside of my building structures. You can kind of see some of the Lego all over the place in here. Reason number two why I use Lego, I have an ungodly amount of it that I've collected over the years. And I don't know what else to do with it. Okay. Got a bunch of plastic even over here. A bunch of evergreen sheets. But I think these really thin 10,000ths. size pieces will work perfectly there. Just to clean up that edge a little bit. Have I seen other modelers use Lego? Yes. I'm not the first to come up with the Lego idea. I saw it in a model railroad magazine. Somebody else had suggested using Lego to help sort of reinforce this stuff here. So I'm not the first. The Lego pieces I use are what's called old gray in the Lego community. About 2002 or 3, somewhere around that area, Lego switched what the color of gray they were using is. It went from the gray that you see here to a different color called what people call bluish gray now, which is the new gray. It's just like it's a cooler tone of gray. Do a test fitting. Bit too wide still. So I have a whole drawer full of old gray that I don't use anymore because I don't like the way it looks next to new gray. It looks dirty next to new gray. It's not. It's just a warmer gray, so it has more of an earth tone, I guess, to it than the new gray does. But putting them both together, one looks significantly dirtier than the other. Just the nature of the beast, I guess. Cool. That's going to go in there perfectly. So I'm using up all my old gray on these buildings. And just like that, I think I'm done. Oh, no, hold on. Let's make sure it's laying down as much as I can. Actually, it's not bad. Once that gets painted. I'm just going to run a little bead right along here. This kit is not the best kit in the world, I will say. Lego historian. I don't know about that. There's a lot of guys who know a lot more about Lego than I do these days. I've gotten out of it a little bit. It's gotten so pricey. It was always a premium toy, if you will. But I never really balked at the price of things like I do now. There's some sets I look at now and I'm like, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine getting into Lego now for the first time and trying to build a collection with the price that sets run at nowadays. I know that makes me sound old or whatever, and I get that, cost of goods just goes up, but some of these sets are, I think post-COVID, some of these sets are a little crazy. That being said, I still buy the occasional set. I got a really cool set the other day. I got a Lego Jurassic Park set, and it was the scene where Nedry gets spit on by the Dilophosaurus, and so it's the Jeep, it's the Dilophosaurus, it's the little Nedry minifigure, and one side of his face is like a screaming side, and the other side of his face is like screaming, but then covered in goo, which I thought was really awesome in Lego form to have that. And then my favorite part of the whole set is a little Lego Barbasol can, which is so awesome to have. It's a little printed piece. Oh, it's so good. So that is sitting at work right now. Okay, cool. Other than roof details, which are going to go on later, this is ready for paint, ready to prime and paint. So I am super excited about that. I do want to add a tar paper roof. I've seen people use like fine sandpaper for that. I'm going to wait for the roof details once I figure out what I'm going to actually put up here. But the rest of it's ready for prime and painting. So with that in mind, this is now done and ready to go. My bridge is done and ready to go, which is awesome. Hey, CJ. Oh, so Pixel Depot also advocates for the Lego for square corners. Awesome. I'm glad that technique is getting around. Cool. So that kit, that is ready to go too. The last thing I'm going to do tonight is fix this car. This car fell to the floor today. Not sure exactly why, honestly, but it did. So we need to go ahead and fix it. Roof came off. And then this little guy came off of this side right here. And I think that's it. I think everything else is in good shape on this car, which is awesome. Awesome to see. So I was debating how I was going to glue this back together. And I think I'm going to try something. CJ uses Legos for scratch builds all the time. I think it's great. I think it's a great construction tool, whatever thing. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Oh, duh. It's right in front of me. Okay, I'm going to try something for gluing the small bits of this back together. I think the roof is going to go on with regular traditional plastic weld. And I had considered adding more weight to this car, but I don't think it needs it. Let's find out how much this thing weighs. We're looking at 133 grams, which is 4.7 ounces. I don't know the conversion on that. What is the conversion on this? HO, scale, NMRA, weight. 1 ounce of initial weight plus half ounce or weight for every 1 inch of body of car length. So a 40-foot prototype should be 5.5. It would measure 5.5 inches in HO scale and would add 3.75 ounces of weight. All right, so hold on. This car is 7 inches. So it should be oh, shoot. Can we just get like, is there just like a chart? Here's a chart. Nope, that's not what I want. Here we go. That's not what I want. NMRA weight chart. I just want something that's got like, if you have this kind of car, your car should weigh like this. Okay, hold on. What's this? Car length 50 foot. Car inches. That's N scale. That's almost what I want, but N scale. Optimum HOS car. Okay, this looks good. This looks promising. This looks promising. Where did that chart go? All right, here we go. Let's do it this way. Car length in inches. What did I say it was in inches? 7 inches? 7 inches. So 7 inches should weigh. Oh, where did it go? Let's see. Three and a half ounces to 4.5 ounces. Optimum weight, 4.5 ounces. It's 4.7 ounces. So it's good. I kind of want my cars heavier. And since this one decided to open itself up to me, but I don't have any weight for me to put on there right now. You know what? Let's just do this. I'm thinking too hard. Let's just fix this part right now. And I can go get some wheel weights tomorrow and fix the top part of it. All right, so can I put some focus on this for you guys? You can see right here where this little piece that I can't pick up with my fingers needs to kind of go through here and get glued back in place. It's not wanting to go in the hole. All right, hold on. Time for the readers. I'm trying to be gentle about this. These parts are very fragile. How did it come out to begin with? Good Lord. Here we go. I think I need... I need some nice needle nose for this part. All right, so if I glue these back into place right here and here. Is it snapped off? Okay, there are holes for it to go into. So it looks like it just came out of the holes. Good Lord. How the heck do they do this in a factory? I feel like I'm a... I feel like I'm making a watch here. All right. Can I stick him back in the holes? This is a question. Yes, I can. It's a one. Ah. I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I need to be better about that. Man. Okay, that one's in the hole. Okay. They are both in their respective holes. All right, so what I'm going to do, I haven't tested this before, but I think I like this idea better. I think I like this idea better than the other idea. So instead of using solvent on here, because this is metal anyway, metal on plastic. I saw Boomer Dioramas do this, and you know, why question the master, right? So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to use a little matte medium to glue it in place. I saw him do this on his brake hoses. And I thought that that was not a bad idea. So we were going to try it here. The thing with matte medium is it's a little springy. So it should give a little bit once it dries. And it dries clear. Sorry, off camera again. Cool. Where's my paper towel? There it is. And I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to put a little extra. I'm going to put a ½ ounce more weight in this car. I want to weigh my cars down a little bit more if I can, because of my layout's got swing gates, and it just helps to have a little more weight in those cars when you're messing with swing gates. They tend to put up with some of the tolerances being a little off. Better that way. So I'm going to get some car weights, and while I have this open and have the opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and put them inside that. I know I won't regret doing it, and I always wonder if I should have done it if I don't do it. So that's going to be that. I think I'm done for the evening. Oh, I didn't do the plastic putty on the bridge. I kind of want to let the glue dry on that bridge a little bit more before I do that plastic putty around all the parts. So we're not going to do the bridge. We're not going to finish the bridge. We're going to do that on the other night, maybe on live stream. But until then, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. We had a few people show up for the whole thing. We're over an hour. Is that right? Over an hour into this thing? Yeah, we are. We're over an hour into this video. So yeah, had not a bad amount of video recorded for today. Oops. Sorry. And I got a few things done, which is awesome. Well, thanks again for joining me. See you, Russ. See you, CJ. See you, Sparky, and everyone else who joined in. Appreciate every one of you. And I'll see everyone in another video.